Hey, everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of Smash Factory. It's your host, Alex Wober, and we are rolling into the week with action from not one, not two, but three league events: the Minnesota-Iowa League, the Arizona League, and the Michigan League. I want to give a shout out to Kevin Porter for filling in for me last week. Thanks for keeping the Ultimate Long Drive fans engaged and keeping them in the know of what's happening all around the globe. So from world champs showing out this weekend to 400-plus yard bombs, and of course, rising stars on the grid. It was a weekend that delivered across the board. But first, let's thank our wonderful sponsors here at Ultimate Long Drive, starting with Copper Fit, the official glove of Ultimate Long Drive, Tech, Buzz Clear, 1764, Short Par 4, Yingling Brewing, Survivor Tees, Shark Attack Golf, T-Claw, Catalyst, and 4 Yards More. Thank you to all those sponsors here at Ultimate Long Drive. Now let's jump into the madness, starting in the Midwest, where Minnesota-Iowa had their 8th event of the season, which happened on May 10th. We're going to give you all that stats right now, starting with the Open Men's Division. John Merkel putting up a solid 324 yards to take that division. Rob Hansen followed in the Men's 35 with a solid drive of 305 yards. Alan Felmley kept the momentum going in the Men's 65 division with a 293-yard drive. In 2024, world champion Garner Lahette capped off the event in the Men's 65 with a 271-yard shot. Moving out west over to the Arizona season opener, which brought the heat. Once again, Trey Hearn McGill showing out, absolutely nuked one in the Open Men's Pro Division with a massive 418-yard drive. In the U15 Boys Division, Jackson Clark dropped a 323-yard bomb, while Taylor Underhill followed up in the U15 Girls Division with a strong 284-yard strike. Big numbers out there in Arizona, so go check them out on social media as well if you want to see a recap of some of those hits. Anthony Taqui pulled double duty, capturing both the Open Men and Men's 35 Pro divisions with drives of 363 and 357 yards. Finally, the Michigan League held its 3rd event of the season, where Alex Illich made waves in the Open Men's division with a 402-yard monster, and Alex Frank rounded it off in the Men's 35 with a solid 348 yards. That's all the stats from the past events. Let's jump into the schedule now and get you all updated for what's to come, because we've got some North American Tour stops, which we've talked about in the past, but we also have the end of May coming up this weekend, and we have the month of June coming after that. So let's jump into the last 2 events of May, which happened this weekend, the 24th, seeing the Mid-Atlantic event number 7 at the Woodridge Farm Brewery from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. And then May 25th, the Western Pennsylvania League will have their 4th event at the Miller Golf Center from 1 to 3 o'clock p.m. Moving on to June 7th has 2 events, Central Texas having a double points event at the Rim Golf Academy and Driving Range from 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m., and a North American Tour stop at the Woodridge Farm Brewery from 11 a.m. to 8 o'clock p.m., again, June 7th. And all that information will be on our social medias and, of course, at ultimatelongdrive.com. Moving to June 14th, where we have a plethora of events. You're going to want to get out this weekend, trust me. We're all over the country. Minnesota, Iowa will be having their 9th event at the Bertram Chain of Lakes for double points from 8 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. at the Bertram Chain of Lakes Regional Park at the soccer fields. On June 14th, Michigan will have their 4th event at Tap-Ins for double points from 11 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. Western Carolina will have their 7th event for double points at Partee Golf Center from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. Western Pennsylvania will have their 5th event for double points at Miller Golf Center from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. The Coastal Carolinas League will have their 6th event from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. at Sandpiper Bay Golf and Country Club, the first event outside this season for Coastal Carolina. And the Arizona League will have their 2nd event for double points from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. at the Dobson Ranch Golf Course. Like I said, lots going on the 14th, but let's move on to the rest of June. 2 more events in June, the 21st and the 28th. 21st is the Mid-Atlantic League at Top Dog for their 9th event from 11 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. And then the 28th sees Southern California have their 6th event for double points at the Torreon Golf Course, June 28th. That is it for the upcoming events, the rest of May and the month of June coming up. We've got some more events happening in July, but you can find all that information at ultimatelongdrive.com. Let's move real quick into the North American Tour stops. We just mentioned one, being at the Woodridge Farm Brewery on June 7th from 11 to 8 o'clock p.m. That's going to be again in Livingston, Virginia. July 12th, we'll have another tour stop in Connecticut at the Chris Coates Driving Range. Go check that out and register now for July 12th. And then July 26th, the North American tour stop will be heading to Colorado, July 26th from 11 a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. at the Bigfoot Turf Farm. Talk about setting some records. Get out there and go participate in that event. UltimateLongDrive.com. Go check out the schedule, the North American Tour tab, results, rankings, you name it, it's all there. Once again, thank you everybody for checking out this latest episode of Smash Factor. I'm your host, Alex Wober. Come back for more updates and events coming soon. And once again, we'll see you next time.